Hey everyone, it's Flava, and welcome back to a video with a special guest star.
This is correct, Genji. I have like about 300 hours on Genji, and we're going to be talking about how Genji fits in the meta right now and all.
Yes, we are. So I guess the first question, Cry, you've played a lot of Genji, you kind of experienced him, but you haven't had a ton of time to play him in a meta where Brigitte's kind of really strong. How do you feel Genji stacks up with Brigitte, and how do you feel that you've had to change your playstyle to work around her?
Well, I have never played him in actual like in competitive when she was actually reduced into the game and all that. She was still in quick play at that time. But like since I played a lot of her in quick play, it's best to go and play a more passive Genji at this point when you know they have a Brigitte in the back lane because of her shield bash is so strong against most flankers, and it just shuts down Genji completely. Sure, you can reflect all her hits and all that to reduce the amount of damage, but when she goes and shield bashes you, pretty much will fall down.
So do
So
you
it's
feel it's
best to
worth
go and
you
play
feel
a
it's worth
more.
saving the dash to almost escape her?
Yes, definitely for sure, because that is your literally your get out card. Just like how Tracers have recall,
Right.
but most likely Tracer is very, very weak against her because of how much damage you can actually do to a
Yeah,
Tracer with
it's a one
150
tap.
health. It's literally if they pull off the combo correctly, it is literally you are dead.
So do you feel that the way
And
Brigitte should be played is almost camping with her support to protect her from flankers because she's very good against Tracer,
yeah,
Genji,
uh,
and so if she's playing aggressive,
literally
she
that
really
is.
can't.
Like if you play a super aggressive Genji, don't get me wrong, if they don't have a Brigitte, you're all for it. Like it's good to go and be a very aggressive. I will definitely say, like you can take out a Zenyatta fairly easily, but if they have a Brigitte, she's just gonna armor him up, and he's not gonna be able to get killed because that armor is gonna save him.
Okay, good. So
It's
what do you
insane.
think Genji should be looking to do when Brigitte's, she's got rally, she's used it, and everyone's very high HP? Do you think he should be looking to almost play with his team more instead of flanking and just try to chip at the
It's
armor?
yeah, more likely just play with the team, play more closer to the team. And
Uh,
it's like there is no point of you pulling out your blade because you are not gonna go and be able
yeah,
to
you
kill him.
get destroyed with all that armor.
And plus as well, you one thing I know is that you want to keep an eye on her. Like if you know they have a Brigitte, you want to have probably ask your teams like, okay, did Brigitte use her shield bash? Because if you see that, that means that she is completely invulnerable. Or if someone breaks her shield, she
Oh
is
yeah.
even more vulnerable.
So do you feel that
Like
Genji is gonna need any specific buffs that you'd like to see Genji have to deal with Brigitte, or do you think he's almost fine where he is? Because he was very viable in the dive meta.
I think he's fine. I think there's just need bugs fixed on him. Like I feel like Dash needs to be looked at in Dragon Blade. For example, there has been a very noticeable with the Dragon Blade being having a ghost blade where you slash at a target right before Genji's starting to put away the sword and it does 0 damage to the target.
But hasn't that
At
been
that
around
moment,
forever?
he is sheathing the sword, and at that given second, you are literally swinging your sword, and he's already putting the sword back. And there is some weird animation glitch with that, and it registers that you never swing the sword at him, even though on your screen it shows that you swung at him.
Okay, and what do you think the problems are for Dash that need bug fixing?
Dash, there's some like weird interactions with it at times with different abilities. For example, I think there's still a bug with like it's not even that big of a bug. They did buffer it out a little bit, but sometimes it can happen with interactions with certain abilities with like charging abilities and punching abilities like Doomfist and all that. Sometimes the dash will register saying you did do the hit, but they still will like it somehow like they even you can see on the screen that they charged at you and somehow you still did not get pinned or you still didn't get punched at times. But it's very finicky. So I just think that dash needs to be looked at saying like I'm thinking that it needs to be a little bit of an increase in speed because it is a very
Okay.
good mobility skill. I think it just needs to have a faster cast time when he does it.
Okay, yeah, I definitely agree with that. And for the final question, what hero do you love while playing Genji on your team, and what character do you hate while playing Genji on the enemy team?
So what you're talking about is like what I like to see when I'm playing Genji and what I don't like to see on the enemy team, right?
Yeah, yeah. What's like your favorite hero to
I
have at
like
your
to
back?
see like Zenyatta and most likely probably another dive tank with me, like a Diva or even a Winston really works. But if you're having a main tank like Reinhardt or Orisa, I can play with around those. It's just I like to have a at least one diveable target with me because Divas
Just for
are
like
very helpful
backup.
with Genjis. Yeah. It's just like if you are diving in with Diva and she can defense matrix if you do not have dash or even collect. So it helps out. And things I just don't like seeing on the enemy team is sometimes Moras and Brigitte. It shuts down Genji really hard at
So two
times
people from
because
the support category. Do you kind of feel the support category is becoming a little too, I guess, powerful now?
it really kind of is in effect because you have more that can just right click. It's not as bad as like Symmetra when she was able to just auto lock onto you now that she's been reworked and put in the DPS slot and all that. I feel that just more is kind of similar to how the old Symmetra was, but it's just the ways that she was build, it felt like that's what Symmetra should have been in a
Right.
way. But it's just that I can deal with decent Moras. Good Moras are hard to come by because she's not really meta. I don't
Right.
know if she'll ever be meta, but it's just like Mora's just not going to be meta. She does a really good amount of healing, but I just never see her becoming a meta pick.
Okay. And if people want to find you on YouTube, where can they find you?
Oh, X Tenchi is where I upload certain videos, and I am also streaming, but it's not Overwatch just yet. I'm gonna wait until I get a better computer and all that
Right.
just to be able.
Right. So of course his channel link will
Unless you
be in
want to
the
watch at the
description.
lowest freaking quality,
So of course Kurai's
where it's like
channel link and
$120.
his Twitch channel link will be in the description below. I hope of course you all enjoyed this video. Kurai, you have any closing thoughts?
Pretty much Genji is. I will definitely say Genji is somewhat still in the meta. It's just he's a more like situational pick.
All right.
And we'll say this, like, if you're not good with Genji, just pick up Hanzo.
There
Last
you
time I
go,
heard that
boys.
he's easy to
Just
go
play
and play.
Hanzo. He's overpowered. Anyway, guys, I've been Flavor. I hope, of course, you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.